So hope you've seen my earlier videos in which I had explained what the Euclid's algorithm is. And now we are going to use this method to find the HCF of two numbers. So I'm taking an example here now. We have to find the HCF of 75 and 20 by using Euclid's algorithm. So as I told you in the previous video, that the higher number 75 is going to be your dividend, and 20, the smaller number, is going to be your divisor. Okay, so we are going to take the bigger number as A and the smaller number as B. Okay, the bigger number is 75, so that's A, and the smaller number is B, that's your divisor. Now what we are going to do is divide the bigger by the smaller number. So 75 divided by 20. So 20 will go 3 times, 60, and you get a remainder 15. So this is your normal division where we are dividing 75 by 20. You get the quotient as 3 and the remainder as 15. Now to find the HCF, what you have to do is that if the remainder is 0, then we stop. If the remainder is not 0, then the previous divisor, that's 20, now becomes the new dividend. So what happens? The previous divisor was 20, now it has become the new dividend. Now I'm going to divide 20 by 15. So we get 15 ones are 15 and the remainder is now 5. Is the remainder 0? No. So what we need to do is continue this process. The previous divisor 15 now becomes the new dividend. So now I'm going to divide 15 by 5. And what happens? 5 3s are 15 and the remainder is 0. So we stop here. And in order to write it in the mathematical format of Euclid, we write it as A equal to BQ plus R, where I had explained A was the dividend, B is the divisor, Q is the quotient, and R is the remainder. So if you look at the first step, 75 is being divided by 20. So A, that is the dividend, is 75. Then the divisor is 20. The quotient is 3 and the remainder is 15. So that's your step number 1. In the second step now, 20 is your dividend, 15 is divisor, 1 is the quotient, and 5 is the remainder. So step number 2, A is 20, divisor is B, that is 15, quotient is 1, plus the remainder at the second stage is 5. Then the third step, A is 15, that's the dividend, B is 5, that's the divisor, 3 is the quotient, plus remainder is 0. So you have to continue this process of division till the remainder is 0. Once the remainder is 0, we stop, and the HCF is your last divisor. The last divisor is your HCF. So here the last divisor is 5. So answer, HCF is equal to 5. So this is the method by which we can find out the HCF of two numbers. So the bigger number is A, smaller number is B. Divide the bigger by the smaller. Then you get a remainder. If the remainder is 0, stop. Otherwise, continue the process of division where the previous divisor becomes the dividend and the division continues. And when the remainder is 0, we stop and the last divisor becomes our HCF.